Hello there. Well, looking after the safety of his officers and men didn't last long for Putin, did it? Now, before I start, I just want to mention a third big blaze in the Moscow area. I reported yesterday on 2 fires in the Moscow outskirts a few hours apart, one in a missile facility and another in Russia's largest chemical plant. Well, there was another a little later in Korolev, the cradle of Russian and Soviet space exploration. Will we see more of this? Is it sabotage? Now, Putin either can't be trusted to do what he says, or else he just changes his mind every other day, and it seems he has a new plan that is really an old plan brought back to life. Just a few days ago, we were told by the Kremlin that all military objectives had been achieved in Ukraine, and now it was time to get on and accomplish the real goal of just taking the whole Donbass region in the east. Then 2 days ago, the Kremlin published a video of a painful and staged talk between President Putin of Russia and his Minister of Defense, Sergei Shoigu, where Putin said that the Azov seaport of Mariupol was liberated, and in order to preserve the safety of his officers and men, the Azovstal steel plant, where many Ukrainian fighters and civilians are sheltering, would not be stormed, as it would be too dangerous to his troops to risk it. I believe it would be inadvisable to storm this industrial zone. I order you to cancel it, Putin told his defence minister during this meeting, adding that it was to be blockaded so that not even a fly should be able to pass through. But now we hear from one of his top generals that Putin's real plan is now to basically dust off the Novorossiya or New Russia plan that I've talked about before. And as part of that, reports are coming out that the Mariupol Azovstal plant is now under renewed attack, so that the city can be brought under full control, which leads me to think that Putin was maybe a little preemptive in his liberation statements. Now, Putin himself has talked about Novorossiya before, and this basically means taking southern Ukraine from Kharkiv right around the south to join up with Crimea, and then to take the port city of Odessa and join up with the Russian-controlled Transnistria region of Moldova. And here is Transnistria, a thin sliver of land lying on the Moldovan side of the Ukraine-Moldova border. And Transnistria has about 1,500 Russian troops in it, I gather. And this next map shows Ukraine, the Donbass region and Transnistria. And Novorossiya is basically the vast majority of everything to the south of that thick black line. And you can see where Mariupol is, just to the southwest of Donbass. But as I said, taking all that would also mean capturing the Black Sea port city of Odessa to the west of Crimea. And after the loss of the Moskva to a Ukrainian Neptune missile attack to the south of Odessa, the Russian Navy might be a bit nervous about storming the beaches with an amphibious operation in that particular region. Anyway, the UK is looking to send a bunch of Challenger 2 tanks to Poland, and then Poland will send an equal number of its Soviet-era T-72s that Ukrainian forces are familiar with into Ukraine for Zelensky's army to use. And that would beef up Ukrainian armour to the point that some are now claiming that the Ukrainians can put more tanks into battle in their country than the Russians can. But they will still have to deal with Russian air power, anti-tank missile systems and artillery. And in an indication of confidence, Boris Johnson is reopening the UK embassy in Kiev, as well as sending 120 armoured vehicles direct to Ukraine. Although Johnson did say that Putin could still win this war, which could drag on for another 20 months or so, he said. So it'll be interesting to see which way Putin jumps next time, especially if he gets bogged down in eastern Ukraine. And if he doesn't get bogged down and makes it around the south coast, then my guess would be he won't stop at Transnistria. Moldova would be next in line.